to TryDay Friday. I'm Shannon Smith, and today I have a fun technique that it kind of came to my mind. I thought, I wonder if this would work. So I went ahead and I tried it. So I'm excited to share it with you. It's really easy, but it makes kind of a big statement, so it's kind of fun. So let's go ahead and grab our card panel. Now last week I showed you how to use embossing powder on the little wreaths. And this week we're gonna do a couple more things with the embossing powder. One just kind of traditional way, and this way that's kind of fun. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to take our clear pigment ink pad, and we are simply going to just ink the bottom, or the top, we'll decide later. And we're just going to just directly ink right on our panel. And we kind of want to gradually ease up a little bit. It's kind of hard to see in the camera, but you will see when I put the powder on. So we're going to use let's use our copper. We'll use our copper first. No, we'll use our rose gold. Excuse my indecisiveness. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and use our rose gold first. We are just going to shake a little bit of that over the top. And see this line, this is okay. We want some variation. We don't want a solid line. We want it to look like it's kind of fading out. So we will start there. And actually, I don't know if I would go up quite so high. I think I went up a little higher than I actually would suggest. It's fine, but I think a little bit lower would be better. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna use our heat tool. And when you're heating embossing powder, it's always best, I think, to do it from the bottom up. It seems to do it just a little bit more evenly. And we're gonna watch the transformation here. We wanna see our powder turn into that pretty metallic shine. There we go, it's starting to turn. Now you want to be careful not to hold the heat tool in one spot for too long, because it will actually burn your paper. And you definitely want to keep your hands out of the way, because if you've ever heat embossed, you know it can burn you. All right, we're getting there. All right. A couple more spots and we'll have it. Okay, so when you have all of that turn from powder into your shine, you know you're good. Can you see that in the camera? That's shine. Isn't that pretty? I just love this rose gold. I think it's so pretty. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and we are gonna do the same thing to the other side, but we are going to use the copper. So we'll go ahead, I think we'll make this side just a little less wide of a strip. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to use the copper. You just want to make sure you get good coverage on there. Okay. We're going to go ahead and heat this one. So leave me a comment and let me know, have you ever heat embossed? Actually, I think there's probably more of you who have than haven't. But this is kind of a fun way to use it. You could use all kinds of colors. We have all those pretty metallics. There we go. Now on this one, we want it to be kind of loose, and it's okay that our powder kind of goes wherever. But if you want to do something that needs to be a little bit more precise, then you can use the colorless blender first, and then your embossing powder won't stick where you don't want it. Almost got it. Okay, we've got that last little corner, and there we go. All right, so now we can go ahead. I'm gonna set this aside for just a second. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna just do, there's another piece of our card. I may as well do it while we've got the powder out. So this is the more traditional way to use the embossing powder. We're just going to get our stamp. This is from our Everyday Script stamp set. I use this one a lot, I find. We're just going to go ahead and we are going to use our clear pigment ink. Now ordinarily I might use the colorless blender on this, but because I'm going to cut this out with the die cut that coordinates with it, I'm not too worried about it getting all over and leaving a bunch behind. So we'll just go ahead and we'll I'm not going to heat this since you've seen what it does, but you can see it's the same process, but we've got this nice, pretty image. Okay, so let's just set all of this aside and we'll go on to the next step on our panel. Just going to move this so I don't spill it. All right. So now we're going to take our panel and we're going to take our PanPastel. We've got our rose gold and we've got our copper. So actually, I think I've got them backwards. I'm going to use this one first. And I'm just going to blend it right out from where I did my embossing. You can go as heavy or as light as you want. Now I'll go ahead and I'll use this one. And I just love this pretty shimmer that this whole panel has. Kind of blend them together right there in the middle. And you can do as heavy of a coat or as light of a coat as you'd like. I think we pretty well got it. Let's see if the camera will pick up the shine. Isn't that pretty? So let me go ahead and show you the finished project. So this pairs up really nicely with our mirror gold paper. It just kind of shows off all of that shimmer. And I went ahead and cut out our Mystic Fern die with this and used a little bit of our Fashion Gold. And I love this card because it's so easy and so fast, but it's really pretty, but it's not so feminine that you couldn't give it to a guy. Kind of a nice one to have in your card collection. All right. Well, now you know 3 different ways that you can use embossing powder, and I hope, especially if you have never heat embossed, that you might give this a try. Thank you so much for joining me for TryDay Friday.